Alright, so we are back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the data download for the up-and-coming Worldwide Download Celebration banners. Because thank God they didn't leak anything with the banners or anything like that before the Dokkan Now. We got the Dokkan Now. We got all the reveals there first, which was really exciting. I'm happy they held off a little on the data download. So definitely very good with that. But yeah, the Dokkan Now revealed so much stuff, some of which we are going to be repeating in this data download. But there's also a couple new things like the banner units, some SSR and TUR arts. So definitely a lot to go over in this video, so I don't want to waste your time. We can just get right into it. Now, first off, we do have the SSR, TUR, and LR arts for the new Vegito. We are going to go over his kit. I'll try and make it really quick, though. Just go over the basic stuff and then move on because, like I said, we got a lot we got to go over. So his leader skill is Battle of Fate, Future Saga, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, category Ki +3, 170% to stats. And then the extra 30% to stats goes to Realm of Gods or Time Travelers. And then also, he's giving Super Class 3 Ki and then 150% attack and defense, which is, I think, the first, right? I don't think we have 150% to stats for Super Class. I think the highest we have is 140%. So, just so crazy. You're probably going to be able to do some crazy team builds with this because just giving Super Class 150% attack and defense is really, really good. And then Battle of Fate, Future Saga, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, all really good categories. So definitely very good they gave him 3 categories right here instead of just 2. And then his passive is that he activates the entrance animation once only, 100% defense, guards for 4 turns from start of turn when there's another Future Saga category ally at the start of the character's attacking turn. He gets 3 Ki, 100% attack and defense, 2 Ki per type Ki sphere obtained, and then he gets an additional 50% attack and defense, attacks effective against all types when there's a Realm of Gods category enemy, and then he gets an additional 150% defense, a high chance to dodge as the first attacker in a turn, and then he gets 100% attack, 50% defense, and then launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super as the second or third attacker in a turn, and then he launches the additional super attack when Ki is 20 or more. Do I got to tell you this guy's good? Right? I mean, he's got dodge, he's got a lot of attack and defense, he's getting a lot of Ki, and then he gets a lot of attack and defense on his super attack effects as well. Or actually, he's stacking. So, I mean, yeah, he's getting a lot of attack and defense permanently, right? So you get the 30% defense permanently here. You get all your additionals, which as we just went over, are built in. You get some attack right here. So his damage is going to be great, and his defense is going to be great. Now, the condition for fusing is a little rough. You got to be below 70% HP from the 5th turn from start of battle, or just starting on turn 7 when there's a Future Saga category ally or Future Saga category enemy. But it's not the biggest deal because, as we just went over, this guy is really good pre-fused. But then if you do end up getting the fusion off, I mean, yeah, you're going to win, right? It's very simple. So he gets 5 Ki and then 250% attack and defense. Very good for a Dokkan Fest LR with LR stats. And then he gets 2 Ki per Ki sphere obtained. He gets attacks effective against all types, 30% damage reduction before attacking, 20% damage reduction just for free, and then a high chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack. And then he has a high chance of launching an additional super as the first attacker in a turn. Or he launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super as the first attacker in a turn. So he's got additionals, he's got damage reduction, he's got extra Ki per Ki sphere obtained, he's super effective against all types, he's got even more additionals right here. So then he's got another additional that has a medium chance of becoming a super, as long as you're the second or third attacker in a turn. And then he gets another super when activating the active skill or when Ki is 20 or more. So yeah, very good, right? I'm not going to sit here and talk about this. He's busted. And then the condition for his active skill is that it can be activated when HP is 50% or less, or in facing only one enemy whose HP is 50% or less. And then his super attack effects, basically just 50% attack and defense on 12 Ki, and then 50% attack and defense on 18 Ki. But he's also greatly raising the defense on everyone on the rotation, basically. I mean, it's a 50% defensive buff. And because this guy is so valuable in slot 1, this is very, very good. So yeah, all around an insane unit. I can't wait to pull him. I hope a lot of you can pull him as well. These summons, man, I hope they go crazy. If there's one unit I want to make sure I pull a lot of dupes of just instantly, it's definitely this guy. So then next up, we do have the Zamasu. So we'll quickly go over him as well. His leader skill is Realm of Gods, Worldwide Chaos, or Fuse Fighters, category Ki +3, and then 170% to stats. And then the extra 30% goes to Time Travelers or Final Trump Card. And then he also gives 150% to stats and then 3 Ki to Extreme Class. So basically just the opposite of what the Vegito has. And then his passive is that he activates the entrance animation once only, reduces damage received by 20% for 4 turns from start of turn, and then he gets another 20% damage reduction for the first turn. When there's another Realm of Gods category ally in the team at the start of character's attacking turn, he gets 6 ki and then 100% attack and defense, and then another 3 ki and 50% attack and defense when there are no Realm of God category enemies. I think this is the first time you get a buff when there isn't an enemy. Normally they have it to where when you are facing an enemy, you get a buff. So, I mean, I guess this is pretty unique. And then he has a high chance to crit just for free, 40% damage reduction just for free. So, just to clarify, the first turn, he's got 80% damage reduction. I just wanted to make that clear, right? 80% damage reduction turn 1. And then he gets 50% defense after receiving an attack. And then if HP is 70% or less, he gets another 50% defense. And then he launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super within the same turn after receiving an attack. And then he gets 25% attack with each attack received up to 150%. So he's going to be very good for slot 1. For the first couple turns, you throw him in there. You got the 80% damage reduction. You build up with him. You get a lot of defense on super. He's just going to be busted, right? And then his active skill, or I guess the domain. I don't really know how this works yet, but it says active skill right here. So the condition for it is that it can be activated when HP is 70% or less starting from the 5th turn. So it's the exact same condition as the Vegito. So, I mean, it's good, I guess, but, you know, not really good. I would only say it's good because this guy is so good pre-active skill. And then same goes with the Vegito. Like, you could definitely use them without using any of their active skills, and they're both going to be insanely busted. So, definitely very good. He has the domain, which does kind of debuff you. So it's kind of 50-50. You increase damage received by superclass enemies and allies by 30%. Yeah, it says it right here. So it's a double-edged sword. It's definitely good, but it does also affect you in a negative light. Just keep that in mind. Super attack effect on his 12 ki is that he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. And then he's just lowering defense. And then his 18 keys, he's massively raising attack and then getting 30% defense for 1 turn. And then greatly lowering attack. So actually pretty good for Super Battle Road. And then he does have the domain. So when you go into the domain, which, by the way, that little character icon, I mean, it looks cool, but it looks a little weird. So the passive is that he nullifies all attacks directed at the character. So I'm assuming you just don't take damage. And then he gets 4 ki, 300% attack, changes AGL and STR key spheres to tech key spheres, and then supports Worldwide Chaos category allies for 60% defense with 4 or more tech key spheres obtained. Yeah, this guy's busted. I mean, yeah, just busted. They're both busted. Again, can't wait to summon on their banners. And then we did get the reveal for the banner units. So to my surprise, we are getting a new Mai. I thought potentially with the Int Mai getting her Easy A, there's a very low chance we would get another Mai for a banner unit. But here we are. Now, I have not gone over her kit yet, so this is my first reaction to her. I have no idea if she's busted or not. I'm going to assume she is, though, because every other unit in this celebration so far has been busted. But anyway, she starts off with 2 ki, 150% attack and defense. She gets 50% defense, and then 20% damage reduction when performing a super. Okay, so as long as she gets defense on super, this is already a good option for slot 2. And then she launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super. So again, as long as she gets defense on super, you know, having built-in additionals, she'll be great for slot 2. She gets 50% defense, and then reduces damage received by 30% within the same turn every time the character performs a super attack, 2 times in battle, up to once within a turn. Wait, so you can get up to 50% damage reduction? That's pretty crazy. Actually, I don't even want to say she's good for slot 2. She could be a slot 1 option. I mean, it would be a little rough and you'd want to make sure you have type advantage, but she could probably be very good at slot 1. But definitely slot 2. She's going to absolutely hold that down. And then she gives superclass allies 30% attack and defense. And then another 20% attack and defense and chance of performing a critical hit plus 10% for characters who belong in the Future Saga category. She's amazing. Yeah, just amazing. Already amazing. She changes physical key spheres to STR key spheres, and she's orb changing. And then she also changes tech key spheres to AGL key spheres and superclass allies 3 ki when HP is 50% or less at start of turn. And she's getting attack and defense on super. Busted. Huge W. She's busted. Amazing. Great banner unit. And then moving on to the Zamasu. And now this guy arguably needs to be good more than the Mai because he's buffing extreme class teams. So really hope this guy's good. Now his passive is that if there's a superclass enemy at the start of the character's attacking turn, he activates the entrance animation once only and then gets 50% attack and defense and chance of evading enemies attack, including super, plus 20% for the rest of the battle. Okay. That's nice. I mean, you could assume we would get some superclass red zone stages during this event. So, I mean, that's a nice little entrance animation. And then he gets 150% attack and defense, he gets another 50% attack and defense and chance of evading enemies' attack plus 30% when performing a super. So, okay, if you're facing a super class enemy, he'd be a nice slot 2 option. He gets 1 key up to 4, and then 50% attack and defense up to 200% at the start of each turn when there's a super class enemy. Alright, I'm kind of liking where they're going with him. He gives extreme class allies 30% attack and defense. Alright, yep, he's good. And then he gives another 20% attack and defense and chance of performing a critical hit plus 10% for characters who belong in the Future Saga category. And then Future Saga category allies 2 key for 2 turns after receiving an attack, or after evading an attack, excuse me. And then, yep, getting attack and defense on super. Let me see his link set. Cold Judgment, Godly Power, Power Bestowed by God. He's linking well with a lot of Zamasus. Big W. Not as good as the Mai, unfortunately, which I feel like they probably should have switched their kits, but I'm not complaining. This guy's good. The Mai is good. Actually, this is like a really, really big W. Vegito and Zamasu are both busted, and both the ban units are very good. Like, this guy isn't as good as Mai, but this guy is still very good. He's a support. He's building up to a lot of stats. You've got 150% here, 50% here, 200% here, and then also the support, which I think does include himself. So a lot of stats, and you're getting defense on super, and he's got Cold Judgment, so there's a lot of defense there. And then also, not to mention, you've got the 50% chance to dodge after you super, and he's a support. So, yeah, very good. Now, next up, we've got some card transform labels, so pretty good there. We've got the new Dokkan event for the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, or the new LR Vegito, so definitely very good there. We've got the Dokkan event for the LR Merge Zamasu, so definitely very good. And then we do have the preview for the banners. So you can see we are going to get the return of Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. I know a lot of people are actually kind of worried about that, because the slot for them, obviously, is the New Year's Dual Dokkan Festival, but because they were LRs instead of TURs, some people thought maybe they just wouldn't return for these banners, but as you can see, they are coming back. And then, of course, we've got previous Worldwide Download Celebration LRs coming back, and then the Golden Week units with the World Tournament Goku and the World Tournament Piccolo. So it's exactly what we expected. Definitely very good. We've got new summon assets. It's like they completely forgot that they did this during the Superhero Celebration, but whatever, I'm not complaining. We got it again. See a little Zeno right here, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Dude, so hype. I'm telling you, man. This celebration is on track to be the best celebration in the game. I think it's already up there. We got the confirmation for Global and JP syncing, and we've got all this crazy stuff. Like, you know, this is going to be hype. More summon animations. So, I mean, you see this, it looks cool, but we've got to be in-game to really, like, see the animations and stuff like that. So, make sure you stay tuned for the summoning video. Definitely going to be checking out some of the new animations in that video, as long as we get relatively lucky. Got new summon assets again. We've got the Dokkan Field background, or like the thumb. I'm assuming thumbnail, so like the background. I mean, this looks cool, so I'm not complaining. And then we also have new assets for the event. So we've got, obviously, the Goku when he's fusing into Vegito, and then we've got the Vegeta when he's fusing into Vegito. So definitely looks very cool. And then we've got more assets. This is the SSR art for the LR Vegito, the TUR art, and then the LR art for the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta part. And then same thing, but just for the Vegeta. So definitely very good. They look really cool. And then we've got the LR Vegito here. It's just peak, man. Nothing else to say. And then we've got the arts for the Zamasu, the SSR art, the TUR art, and then the LR art, and then the little domain thing right there. We've got the domain symbol, or I guess this is just a scripted event asset, so I guess there's that. And then we do have the Vegito little blade thing. So I guess that's it. Yeah, I mean, very good, right? I've repeated myself so much in this video, but just peak hype. Global and JP are syncing up. The banner units are amazing. I mean, the main LRs are amazing. You could assume the Easy A's would be great. There's just so many W's in this celebration so far, and we literally haven't even gotten the banners yet. So I'm very excited. Let me know how excited you are down in the comments and what you're looking forward to most out of this data download, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.